Hello and welcome to the tutorial on how to use and install PyMINEr. Note that this is not the PyMINEr related to Bitcoin mining. This is the PyMINEr that is for mining large biologic data sets. And so today I'll be telling you a little bit about how we can get started with either Docker or installing PyMINEr from the command line. Now the command line installation should work on any Linux build, and it theoretically should also work on Mac OS, but I have not yet tried that. But Docker should work for everywhere. So the first thing I'll start with is Docker. So I'll show you here that I do have PyMINEr installed, but to prove I'm not using it, I'll remove it here. So we're starting from scratch. So open up the command line. Now I'm not going to show you how to install Docker. Plenty of tutorials online for that. But once it is installed, all you have to do is docker pull Scott Tyler 89 PyMINEr, and you can use the latest flag or specify the specific version number. I'll try to be responsible in updating the latest tag to actually be the latest, but I know for a fact that this is the actual latest image. So this is going to take a minute or two to download and extract, and I'll meet you back here when it's over. Alright, now that PyMINEr has finished being downloaded and extracted by Docker, we're going to give it a whirl by starting up the image, and then in the next video I'll show you how to use Docker images to run PyMINEr on our example dataset. So to get it started, you'll have to type docker run, which means you're launching a new container for Docker. And then IT makes it interactive. And then we'll give it a name, PyMINEr first try. And V is for mounting a volume, in which you can give it a folder on your home computer or your normal operating system, and then tell it what you want that folder's name to be in your virtual image from Docker. So here I've downloaded the example datasets that I've linked to on the website, and so this merged text file is just a standard TSV file that you could open up in Excel if you want. It's got the first column has the gene names, and then the cell IDs, and then the in this case I think it was transcripts per million, but whatever your data is, and note that it should be usually should be the log transformed final normalized clean data set that you're doing. But so this data set is in this downloads example airway. So the volume on the host computer that we want to mount is that example airway file. And then we want it to mount to data. And then lastly, you include the name of the Docker image. So Scott Tyler 89. And then 0.9.8 was the latest tag. We'll give it a whirl. Oh, and make sure that you actually get the image name correct. And remember to type PyMINEr there. And there you go. And so when you first log in, it sends you to the root directory, the just / directory. But you can see that over here there is a folder called data. So let's cd into data and have a look. And there are our example data files. And so from there, you'll be able to run PyMINEr, and you can do that at the command line. PyMINEr.py -h prints out all the options that you can use. I know it's a lot, but they're there for a reason. And then alternatively, you can do it interactively in Python. So that would be from PyMINEr.PyMINEr import PyMINEr analysis. And I'll get to this in the next tutorial. Alright, so if you have a Unix-based system that includes Linux and includes Mac OS, although again, have not tried it on Mac because I don't have one, but you should be able to install PyMINEr and get it running through pip once you already have Python 3 installed. And you can use Docker to do that. You can use whatever you want. If it's a system build of Python 3, anything Python 3.7 or higher should work. So because this is a Windows computer, I have a virtual machine that's set up using Ubuntu through VirtualBox. So I'll start that up, and then once this gets going, if you're familiar with using the packager in Python called pip, this will be very familiar to you. Essentially, it's just going to be pip install and then the name of the package. And then you'll be good to go once the computer boots up. Alright, so once your VirtualBox image of Linux or whatever finishes loading, or if it's your primary operating system or Mac OS, you should be able to open up the terminal and go Python 3. PyMINEr runs well on 3.7 or higher. I'm not sure about anything lower right now, but as long as you have a 3.7 or higher version of Python installed, this should work. Just use 3-m, which means module, pip, because we're using the pip module, install, because that's what we're doing, bio PyMINEr. And if you want to check out the versions of PyMINEr that are available, add the double equals, hit enter, and it throws an error, but prints out all of the possible versions that you could install. So let's use the latest one, 0.9.8. Click enter, and it starts downloading the installation. Going through the packages, and it's installed. So let's check it out. PyMINEr.py help. And prints out all of the help options and the explanation of the arguments. And just to confirm, Python 3m pip freeze actually prints out all of the packages that you have loaded. We can pass that to grep and search for PyMINEr or bio PyMINEr, and then there it is. It's installed and the correct version. So you're ready to go. And you can, again, as we will discuss in the future videos, we can call this by PyMINEr.py and then dash for your input file, or you could do it interactively, Python 3 from PyMINEr.PyMINEr import PyMINEr analysis, and then you could use that function to run it interactively in the console. Alright, until further videos, I hope this helped. Thanks.